The forest faces impossible challenges with logging and climate change. As we saw with the blockade up at the Errinundra Plateau, protest remains a critical tool to prevent immediate and irreversible harm. Many other movements face similar challenges, and so we want to make a meeting space where we can see, hear, and commit to supporting each other and the world that we live in. To feel in our spirit that we are not alone in the actions that we take. To build that solidarity that is so crucial to winning.
A majority in every state and territory nationally of our members said to us that climate change today, pre-floods, climate change is negatively impacting their working conditions. So climate is a thing that Australian workers are saying they are having to pay for. That is a threat to their safety. That is a threat to their take-home pay and conditions. And so there is not some fear over here where it's workplace safety and dirty environmentalists over there and the twain shall never meet and we've got to protect one from the other. If you don't care about the right to organise around climate, you do not care about workplace safety. And that is just a fact. That is a reality. And the key question is, where do we go from here and how do we do it?
We don't just need to protest. We have to fight for this because this is fighting for our very future. And if we can stand up and do that, well, that's what we have to do. And if they want to lock us up, we'll lock us up.
It's always been EJA's view and the view of a lot of other community groups, social justice groups, legal organisations and other members of the community that the focus really should be on enforcing environmental laws to protect and restore country, climate and ecosystems, and not on criminalising peaceful protest. So the bill was passed in August and the amendments will come into effect in May. And there are four main ways that the laws will change. Firstly, there will be significant increases in maximum penalties for offences under the Act. In some cases, that's up to $21,000 in fines or 12 months imprisonment.
Who knows why it's called Gippsland? Who's Gips? You know your own history? He's Governor Gips, and it's not his land. You know where you stand in the land of the law. You don't have to be afraid of anybody. You know? It's time to recognise the law of the land, peeps. That's the instructions from your Crown. Get consent. Is that important? Well, it is for us.
It's really important to recognise that forests, one, hold a lot of carbon, so logging, releases a lot of carbon, and the report that's on the table at the front is really good at explaining that. It says right here that there's 3 million tonnes of CO2 that gets emitted every year from logging in Victoria, which is just a phenomenal amount of emissions.
That's getting close to time.
Cool. And the second thing is that if we can not only protect our forests to hold the carbon, but also try to restore the forests, and we can draw down a lot of extra carbon dioxide, which is so critical for mitigating climate change.